I'm Humane Society of Hobart volunteer Stephanie Anderson, and I am going to show you how to make an octopus dog toy out of an old t-shirt and a tennis ball. All you're going to need is a pair of scissors, old t-shirt, pretty much any size, the larger the better, and a tennis ball. It doesn't need to be bouncing, brand new, just any old tennis ball. So here we go. First, you're going to take your old t-shirt and just lay it out. And then you are going to cut right along the armpit of the shirt, just straight across. It doesn't have to be perfect or beautiful. Discard the top and you're going to have a tube of fabric. Now cut off the hem part, we'll say anywhere from a ½ inch to an inch from the edge. And then we're going to cut that open and put it aside. Now we have a tube that's, maybe anywhere from 17 by 14, something like that. So we're going to cut open one side of the tube, and then we're going to cut the tube in half. Measurements don't need to be precise. This will work. As long as I'd say your strip is a minimum of 4½ inches or so wide, this should work. So I don't have a very big table, but as you can see, you're just going to lay about the middle of your strip in the center of your workspace. And then place your other strip about the middle of it, also in the center of your workspace. And just smooth it out a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now you're going to take your tennis ball, I happen to have a lovely pink one, and just place it right in the center of your fabric and kind of come around it and flip it over and just trap it in there the best you can. We're not going for perfection, but get it about as tight as you can. And we're going to take that hem piece that we put aside earlier, and we are going to tie it around as close to that tennis ball as you can get. We want to get that pretty tight. We want to have lots of exuberant fun play out of this toy, and then maybe we'll flip it around and tie it again a couple times and get it nice and tight, and then we will cut those ends off. By using the hem bit, we have an extra little strength of fabric that'll hopefully hold that together for a while longer. And then we're gonna spread out these, we have 4 wings, kind of, and we're gonna spread those out, and then you're gonna cut them into sections of 3. And it doesn't have to be perfectly even by any stretch. I really don't think your dog will judge you if it's not perfect. And then we're going to take each of those sections and then braid them. And as you can see, I am not the best at this. And there's a little stiff part of printing here that's making it harder. But anyway, so you're going to the best of your ability, braid these pieces. And then I just secure them by tying them over themselves on the end. So just tying a couple knots in the end pieces, tying them to each other. Just give it a few good firm knots to help hold it in place. You can always re-braid it later if it loosens up or anything. So then you're going to do that on all 3. So you're cutting each one roughly into thirds. You can even kind of give it a little test cut. And this craft is kind of nice because everybody, you go to an event, you have a family reunion, everybody's got t-shirts laying around the house that or maybe your spouse has a shirt that you think is hideous and, whoops, oh, I didn't realize you didn't want me to cut that one up. And then next thing and you can always say, hey, I'm donating this to a homeless shelter animal. And then they can't be mad at you that you stole their shirt and cut it up and turned it into an octopus. I think that could be a good defense, but who knows? So we're going to keep cutting and braiding, and it's braiding itself off the table, but you're getting the idea here. Just making them as secure as possible. And as with when you give your dog any kind of toy, you want to make sure that every time you go to play with it, you just check it a little bit. You check these ends, make sure they're secure, make sure there's nothing hanging off or anything that could become a choking hazard or come off during play. And that goes for your store-bought or for your homemade toys. And then after you have braided all the little legs, it'll look something like this. And you can play tug with it. They're pretty durable. You have 4 layers of fabric, so it should hold up a while. But just be sure you check it every time you play. And you can even put a little face on it or, have fun. And that should be a fun toy to last you and your pup for a while. So thank you for joining me while we made our fun little dog octopus toys. Another little bonus I have is if you have an old knee sock, here's a fun Halloween one, you can put a tennis ball in there and make a fun little toy. All you need to do that is just put a simple knot in the toe, pop your tennis ball in there, and then make another quick knot. Trying to get it as close to the ball as possible. Another little knot, another fun toy. So you and your pup have a great time out there, and thank you for joining us today.